Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. Last episode we started the garden/patio area out here in the back of the castle, and I want to finish that today, hopefully. Lots to do. We actually have a pretty large amount of space to fill back here. Might do a little bit more in the area that we started with last time. But the big part is going to be this area here, and then going up here. I think what I actually want to do is make like a little staircase, maybe one that kind of wraps around down here and comes down so that you can get up to the garden or up to the front from over here. I think that would be kind of cool, and just make everything a little bit more navigable. Is that a word? Able to be navigated? Anyway, also, we need to make like a little covered area here, and I've been thinking about it. I was thinking of maybe doing like a trellised sort of, I keep wanting to say gazebo, but it's not a gazebo. A pergola, that's the word. I was thinking of making like a pergola over here. But then that leaves us with tons of empty space right here, and this isn't really wall that we can break out and have it make sense. Like, let me just grab some random blocks. Like, if I break into the wall, say, here-ish, well... Actually, maybe we could, because this is just the staircase that leads down to the basement. So maybe we could do that and then have this be like a little, some windows and stuff like that. I'll have to think about it. I was going to say, I think I've settled on the idea of doing the red roof to match everything else, but maybe I haven't settled on the idea of the red roof and having it match everything else. Anyway, so first things first, I do want to do that little staircase over here that kind of wraps around and comes down. So I'm going to get started on that and then sort of laying out some different areas and things like that, pathways, so we can have kind of a better idea of how this is all going to look. Okay, quick progress update. So I've got some of the paths laid out. Now, these are not the final paths, obviously, but this is just kind of where they're going to go. So you sort of come out of the basement area here. You can take a left to go over to that little table, or you can go right, go to the sort of patio sitting area that will be covered, wraps around here, or there will be another path that goes straight from the sort of sitting area to the staircase. And then this staircase leads up. As far as the staircase goes, I went with just something really simple, just stairs. I tried a bunch of different variations of a sort of curved, sloping staircase, and I just didn't like any of them. Using half slabs so we could get that nice curve, it just made the staircase like way too big. It just looked very disproportional. So I was like, you know what, let's just keep it simple. We'll just do a straight staircase using stairs and call it good. And then that way it doesn't take up a ton of the garden. It makes sense, and I think it works perfectly fine. Still leaves us a lot of space to work with, but gives us an easy way to get up and down from this side without having to fly or go through the castle. So yeah, I like it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Now I think the next step is probably to tackle the sort of sitting area. So I think I'm going to work on that. And I think I'm going to go with the red roof, because it'll also give us a nice splash of color here as well. And I think it'll end up looking pretty good. So I've been having a bit of a think over what I want to do with this roofed area here. And I think I want to go with the red roof. I think that will just end up looking best. It will sort of match the castle as well. So let's just kind of mark it out. Actually, I should probably do the other side simultaneously. That way we know how far we got to go. And then we'll go like that. There we go. So that will end up giving us this nice kind of fantasy-esque roof, and when it's sticking out all the way, I think it'll actually look really nice if you're, say, over here or something like that. It'll give us that nice splash of color, and sort of make this wall of the castle a bit more interesting, which is always something useful. So let's just kind of bring that out to about here. Do I want to go farther than that? Probably not. This is probably all the farther I want to go. And then we'll just fill all of this in. I figure we'll do this part of it together because it won't take but a minute or two. Ooh, brought that one too far, but that's fine. There we go. And then it's just a matter of doing the same thing on the other side. And we don't even have to get up there. We can just do it here. And then what we'll want to do to sort of liven, to sort of liven that part up a little bit is we're going to want to mix in some of this nice mahogany planks, or the mangrove, I should say. So just a little bit here and there. I really do think that the red terracotta and the mahogany is just like a match made in heaven. They go so well together. We'll just mix a little bit of that in here and there. And then maybe like here. And that's probably all we need on this side. We don't want to go too crazy with it. Maybe one more little bit up at the very top, like here-ish. We'll just put maybe a plank there, one there, and then maybe one like that. That seems good. Don't want to go too overboard. Still want it to be primarily the red terracotta, but a little bit of the mangrove wood just makes it a little bit better. Oh. There. Maybe something along those lines. And maybe even... Ooh, I just realized that's a really straight line, which I want to avoid. So let's break this up a bit. You see how we got this boop, boop, boop? It's too patterned. I'm not a fan of that. So let's just kind of break that up a bit. And then we'll maybe go there as well. Does that look better? Yes. Yes, I'd say it does. Okay, cool. So that's sort of the roof. And then we might kick this back a little bit. I don't know. I got to play around with the rest of this sort of thing. Obviously, this is not finished. But I wanted to just kind of get that roof shape in there, and now we'll see what we can actually do with it. Okay, so time for another progress update here. I have finished the outdoor seating area, and I'm pretty happy with it. I did make a couple minor tweaks. These pillars here and here used to be on this block and this block, and I ended up kicking them out one. And that way we could get this nice kind of arched shape, this very gradual arch, which also then makes the upper area here a little bit more interesting. I made like a little pattern here with stairs and slabs just to kind of accentuate this this face here. And then, of course, we threw in a table, some chairs, some lanterns, flower pot, etc. I decided to put down this same stone pattern that we used inside the castle over here. I think that works well, and then I got the paths all good too. So we have our path here. You can see I used oak slabs. You know how this goes at this point, but we've got our sort of walk around path, and that's all good. And everything is spawn proof as well. Everything's lit up thanks to the lanterns here, and then the lanterns that hang naturally on the walls. So at this point, we have a couple more things we need to do. Obviously, we need more flowers and things along those lines. I'd like to get a tree in here. Not sure exactly what type of tree, maybe even a couple types. I'd like to fit a couple of trees in here, maybe one like right about here, and then another maybe like here-ish. I think that could be good. Some flowers, some hedges, different stuff like that. But it is coming along. We are making pretty good progress. So no complaints. Also probably need to find a way to get some proper like flower pots and things like that in here too to make this feel more like a garden. May even end up reworking this area. I don't really know for sure. But I'm going to get back to work on it, and I'll check in with you once I have something worth showing. Okay, now I feel like we're getting somewhere. So I did end up reworking this. I just wasn't happy with how many too tall flowers there were. So I got rid of the vast majority of them. Left still just a couple, but it makes this feel way less crowded and claustrophobic, which was kind of bothering me. So fixed that. And then I put in 2 trees. I decided to just go with regular old vanilla oak trees. I think they work fine. So we have one here and one here. Underneath, I sprinkled in a few of these pink petals, just kind of around the bases of the tree, around this little area here, around the seating area. In fact, I'd like just maybe a couple more like there and one here or something like that. Probably even put one there. But just kind of sprinkled those around. And then over here, I've got like a little tulip area. I've got some flowers here and some flowers here and some flowers here. And then I lined this back wall over here with bushes, with a hedge. And I think this is starting to really come together and give you that sort of garden vibe. You know, if you come down the stairs, it is most definitely a garden patio area, and it is looking pretty lovely. I'm honestly quite happy with it. But we still need to do this space and this space over here, and I'd like to work in some flower pots. So let's grab ourselves a whole bunch of spruce trap doors. And where do we want to put these? Probably one here. We have to put them in spots that we can actually surround with trapdoors properly. We do not want dirt. We want coarse dirt, because otherwise the grass will spread to it, which is not what we want. And then let's maybe just do like a couple of blue orchids growing right there. Yeah, just mix a few of these like small little flower pots and stuff in here and there, and I think that's going to end up looking just fantastic. If we get rid of you and you, we could put one here. And then we still want pink petals over here. We just have to find different spots for them, because they can't be lined up with where the trap doors go. Do we want to go with that same flower for all of these? Probably not. Let's maybe do some lilies of the valley on that one. Actually, no. We need a splash of color here. Let's go maybe cornflowers. How does that look? Yeah, that'll work. I think that's good. And then we can do a couple of them that are just like a single square, essentially, like a basically a barrel, right? Like here, for example. Do that. Maybe throw... I'm a sucker for the blue orchids, honestly. Well, no, we just did one of those over there. Let's go with maybe like just a single red tulip. That's not the worst. I wish that was centered in the thing, and I suppose no matter what we put there, it's not going to be centered, right? Yeah, it's going to be off on this little corner. It's fine. We'll go with the red tulip. We'll stick with that. But we can mix just a couple of these in here and there. We can put one like here, for example, up against the wall. And again, just mix in, you know, some little flowers and things like that here and there. And then you start to get a pretty nice looking sort of garden. I think this is actually really starting to come together. I'd actually like to grab some bushes as well. And I don't want to do this entire wall, but just a little bit. You know, just some hedges like along here would be nice. Just a couple. Just to kind of line that and mark out that space as well. Do we want another flower, another planter box somewhere? I don't think we really need it. Maybe like here? Yeah, let's put one more in. And we'll just do it right there. And this one will go with a pink tulip, I guess. Sure. Yeah, that's coming to... I'm happy with this. I think this looks really good, honestly. I would like to get a couple of lights right here, though. And the best way to do that... What do we want to use? I know I want to use lanterns for sure. The question is, what do I want to put them on? We got a couple options. We could do... something like that. Except that doesn't really pop. Let's do hanging ones. Maybe hang them from some oak fences, just like... up here. Yeah, that looks much better. Let's stick with that. And then I just got to dump a bunch of stuff out of my inventory. Okay, cool. So we have our garden. It's looking good. Let's just peek around, make sure we're happy with everything. But honestly, this is pretty much what I was envisioning. It's just this nice little kind of quiet botanical garden and sitting area outside. I like it. I think that works well. I do want to take a good look at it, though, from far away. Like if we're from over here... Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. What about over here? I mean, a lot of it's sort of covered by the wall, but it's definitely an improvement from that angle. Just because this wall was completely empty. I need more rockets. Okay, actually, you know what? There's a better way to do this. What is it, F4? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, actually, that looks really nice from up above. I like it. I like that a lot. One more minor improvement that I do see, though. And I don't currently have the stuff for it, but I have the stuff to make it. So let's just grab our tough bricks. Let's just throw down a quick crafting bench. Let's just make a couple tough stairs, and we're just going to go boop, boop. There we go. Make this an arch. Just real simple little minor thing, but I think that'll actually look a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. And I think that's all we have time for today, my friends. A little bit of a shorter episode, but hey, that's okay. Hope you enjoyed it. Reminder that the Xisuma Art Gallery contest is still going on right now until June 7th. So if you're interested in that, look at the PDF document in the description. But other than that, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.